Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday live interactive training. We've got a really exciting subject here for you today. I am thrilled to be sharing this with you guys. Do me a favor and drop a comment and let me know that you can see me and hear me so we can jump right on in. And I want to share what it looks like to have a fee schedule so that you can send this out to your attorney prospects so they understand what your rates are. There are a multitude of ways to do this, so I'm going to share with you what I like to do, what we do inside of my firm. And if you guys comment the word support, I will even get you a sample fee schedule so that you can use it, modify it for yourself, and build one for yourself for your business. So you can comment support below to get that free fee schedule. And even if you're just interested in how beyond a fee schedule, you can create a profitable legal nurse consulting business, we can help you with that too. So jump on in, let me know that you can see me and hear me. We want to get started by discussing, I'm going to talk to you right now about a fee schedule, about the points and the benefits of having a fee schedule, how it can serve you in your business. And also, I want to go through and share with you what that looks like so you can see, and we'll walk through a fee schedule, my fee schedule, and how beneficial that is. So first things first, your fee schedule is truly just listing out your LNC services, what it includes, and the fee, the actual cost per hour, or if you're doing a flat rate, that can be included as well. So your fee schedule is really important. It's great to share when an attorney says, well, what are your fees? Because you don't want to charge the exact same price for everything. Here's what I mean. Anything I do that forces me to leave my home office, okay, is not my flat rate of $185 an hour, okay? I have $185 an hour. That's my general fee for case screenings, for merit reviews, for any written report type deal, any data or research I need to do. It's all $185 an hour, right? So any next steps, recommendations, any kind of report. It might be a life cost projection, right, or a cost analysis. It might be a merit review or a fact sheet summary. So any of those reports and those facets, I do for $185 an hour. Okay, so $185 an hour makes it reasonable. And this is my rate I charge across the state. I do encourage some of you, if you are in large metropolitan areas, to think about increasing that hourly, simply because their cost of living is higher. $185 might be a weird way to devalue yourself because they're used to legal nurses charging $200 and $225 an hour. So just a little side tip, okay? But here's an example. If I do an IME or a DME, if I have to travel, if I have to go to deposition, or I'm showing in trial, or if I'm doing a Zoom deposition even, all those, I charge $350 per hour for those services. It doesn't include food or expenses. It doesn't include travel or hotel or lodging or anything like that. And I do have an overnight fee per night. If I'm forced to stay overnight, it's $500 a night overnight fee. So most of the time, you're going to see if you need to stay overnight, like let's say because you're at trial, right? Or you are forced to fly in early to stay overnight to be at trial early, things like that. This is where some of those expenses come into play. And these are more expert witness type fees. I charge $350. You can charge a little bit more, again, depending on what kind of expert witness you are. I would say if you're a nurse practitioner or you're in a provider role, then you can charge more, because I'm not a provider. I can't cross that line, right? I'm a nurse, and if I'm testifying, then I have to stay in the scope of me being a nurse. If you're a provider and you can do the nurse practitioner provider kind of perspective, you are going to want to charge more than $350, more like $425, $450 an hour as an expert. So anytime I have to leave and go do something, it's $350. If I'm doing expert witness or anything like that, for me, it's also $350. Any kind of trial or deposition, $350. I work with insurance companies, so I have to travel. If I have to leave my home and travel 2.5 hours to go to an in-home service to come back, all of that time is $350 an hour. You can let them know ahead of time. It's important to let people know ahead of time. You want to keep that open line of communication with your attorney clients because you want them to understand the value of you doing good business, right? We don't want to hide these things. We don't want to be like, oh, by the way, in the world of business, no one likes surprises. We want transparency. We want to feel trusted. We want to feel like we can trust the people we're working with, and we want to know that they're in business to do good business. So these fees that I'm sharing with you, again, these are just my personal fees. In larger metropolitan areas, you can charge more. And if you're a practitioner, a nurse practitioner, and you're able to walk that provider line, right, with your scope, you're also going to want to have higher rates and charge more as well. I also have on my fee schedule a short notice or last minute rush fee. It includes any of my services. If anybody requests my services for work product or deposition or IME or travel or anything with only 10 days or less, it's 1.5 times the base service rate, which means if I have an attorney call me and say, we're going to trial in 4 days, I need you here. Well, it's 1.5 times the $350 an hour rate. Does that make sense? If I have an attorney who messaged me and says, hey, I've got a life cost projection I need done. I need it back by Friday, and Friday is only 7 days away. I'm going to let them know up front. My base fee is $185. This is 1.5 times because of the rush fee. Most of my attorneys, they're all very aware of this. It doesn't bother them. They understand, right? Because they understand having a limited time to do something as well. They understand if there's statute of limitations. We can be as prepared as we can. If we need to rush, then we need to rush. So I have all that listed out on my fee schedule, which makes it super valuable. So that it's just very transparent. It's very clear. In addition, if I want to here's another example, and I'll share this with you guys. I have an expert witness fee. And it's a location fee, right? So I'm just locating expert witnesses. I do a phone screen and then I provide them with their CV, and then the attorney chooses and hires the final expert. I do a flat rate fee for $750 an hour. You can charge more if you would like. I like $750 because it's an easy, quick service. I have a list of experts at my fingertips, so it doesn't cost me a lot of time or energy. And there are a lot of experts that I repeatedly go to, right? A lot of experts on repeat that I use and shuffle them to my attorneys. And then after the attorney's contract with them, I don't make them pay me a fee every single time. I just feel like, hey, listen, if you and John are having a great relationship, use John over and over. I located him. It's fine. I don't need a fee every time. I just feel like for me, it's an element of doing good business. And it's a positive way to ensure your attorney client that you're not just in it for the money. You're in it because you want to do good business. You want to have a long-term relationship. So I think there's a lot of value in that aspect. However, some nurses will tell their attorney clients, every time you use John as an expert, it's $750 to me because I located him. So this is where I empower you as you have your own legal nursing business. These are some of the instances where I would encourage you to lean into your power as a business owner and make those decisions for your business. What do you want to do, right? There isn't a right or wrong way. What do you want to do in an instant like that? I do have a guarantee statement. I'm going to go ahead and share with you so you guys can see really quickly my fee schedule. And I'll walk through this one more time just so you can see how easy it is to put something like this together. You can do it inside of a PDF. You can do it in Word. Mine's in Word. And let me change my screen. How do I get this larger? Carrie, if you're on, how do we make this fee schedule larger? I want them to be able to see it more from a zoomed in perspective. So if you can see just quickly up top here, I have my business brand and my logo, and then I have fee schedule. And then I have in this column here, the legal nurse consulting service, then what it includes, which is a little bit more of a breakdown, and then my fee. So super easy, right? Super easy. Down here, you'll see here's case screenings or merit reviews, any written report, Expert witness location services. This is my deposition trial, IME, DME, travel, any in-person service, and then my short notice rush. And I'll give this to you guys. If you want to comment support inside the chat, comment support, and my team will get you this document. We will send you a copy of this, and you can copy and modify and change and do whatever. I'm happy to just share this with you so that you can have and understand really how to build out that fee schedule, change the numbers, change, what it includes, add more additional services, but at least you have a template that provides an opportunity for you to just kind of bounce off of, right? Because right here, I even have Selna guarantees its work product for up to 10 days after submission for no additional fee. And I do always remind my attorneys, hey, listen, review this quickly for me. If there's anything that I need to change, add, if you're looking for a graph or a chart and I don't have that in there, I can support you on this. I just always have them kick it back within 10 days so that I can follow up, and I will do those additional add-ons for free. And here's why. Because I believe it's about doing good business. If you're doing good business, you're going to make it right for them. You're always going to make it right for them. And you're going to by doing this, you're going to know what to include for the next reports to follow. And it's an element of creating good business, like I said, but creating reoccurring and repeat business. Because again, when the attorney feels like you're not just in it for the money and you're in it to actually have a good relationship and work together, they're going to want to continue to do business with you. So this is why I would say, I like for them to always kick it back. And then I know for next time after the work product is done, hey, Attorney Bill, do you always prefer charts or graphs like this? If so, I'll include them in every additional report. Then I know moving forward what he really likes, right? And what makes the content easier for him to read through, absorb, and really gather that information. You want them to be able to use your work product as an educational tool to support them inside of their case and even in deposition and trial. So I put that statement in there. I will also, like down here, it says Selna Consulting requires a $1,500 retainer to be paid in advance prior to the initiation of any services, refundable, applicable to first invoice. So what that means is if I don't use all 1,500 of that, then the balance remaining is refundable completely. Obviously, again, another element to do good, trustworthy, valuable business. And then I always apply it to the first invoice to ensure they understand. We say, please remit payments within 30 days of invoice receipt. I leave that on there because I have attorneys that will pay me on retainer, and I always get those retainers refilled. But there are times where I'm working with an attorney, and for instance, it's only a few hours over the retainer, and I will bill them that additional on the back end. I do recommend you get your retainers refilled. If you're working with an attorney, that's the commonality, that's the relationship. For you to do all this work and then bill on the back end, it might take you a while to get your payments. I don't recommend doing business like that. I recommend that you actually bill ahead of time and get those retainers. And again, if you trust this attorney and you want a long relationship and you're working with them a lot, then, it's a few hours over, bill that on the back end, let them know that that wasn't retained. And that's the final fee that will conclude what you've done. And we also have a portal. So that's why it says down here, payments may be submitted via your portal. It's because we have inside our LNC blueprint, a portal where they can actually just log in, select their case from the drop down. All of our messages, all of our documents, all of our communication, all of our invoices are all inside one portal, and it's separated again by case selection. So if we have multiple cases with an attorney, then they can just select the right case and know this is the fee, this is where we are, here's what we've billed so far, here's all the documents that have been sent back and forth, et cetera, et cetera. So super convenient. This fee schedule, again, guys, comment support so you can get a copy of this fee schedule. We will send it over to you. It is a Word document, so you will be able to go in and basically make a copy for yourself. You're going to be forced to make a copy of it so that you can edit it out. But this is a super easy way. Again, change the colors, change the layout a little if you want. Add your phone number, add a footer, change some of these fee rates if you're a nurse practitioner or a CRNA or in a large metropolitan area where you would like to charge more. Again, completely customizable, but a way for you to see what we do and just an opportunity to see what we do inside insight. Carrie, you must be changing my background. Everything's moving. Everything's moving. So this is something I think that is, Valerie says, glad to see the less than 10 for production. My former client wanted all his cases turned in 7 to 10 days. It is, Valerie. It's so stressful. And you have to have a rush fee, right? That's like an attorney. If I contacted an attorney and I said, I need this done in 14 days, they're going to charge me a higher rate because they've got to drop everything and turn around and get this done. It's the exact same thing. So it is an element of, it's standard business. Attorneys do it. We do it with attorneys. So there isn't, it's not like, oh my God, I've never heard of this before. This is very common. And all of my attorneys, when I put that in place, it's like this, anyone who does good business is going to be like, yeah, no, totally. I get it. And anyone who's like, well, like you're saying, Valerie, if it's always last minute rush, well, then you do need your time. You do need your time compensated for, because you're having to basically rearrange all the other cases you're working on and rush to, get their work product done. So yeah, he knew for sure. So I like having this in there. I think it's super valuable. And I also have that phrase. In there. And if it's short notice or whatever, if you're keying it inside of an accounting software like QuickBooks or FreshBooks or whatever the options are out there, right? There's lots of accounting software. If you're keying it inside of that, I actually have a drop-down selection that says rush documents, so that it automatically charges 1.5 times the rate, because, you can also add in descriptions like on your invoices when you're billing or when you're collecting your retainers that say the date they requested it on, the date it's due by, just so there's that clarity, right? Again, I just like to be super clear, cover all my bases, and totally transparent. I feel like there's a lot of value in having that transparency for a long-term relationship and for repeat business. You want to build that relationship, and being transparent is a way to do it with your fee schedule, especially. So you want to make sure it's detailed enough that there is no confusion, because you don't want an attorney going, oh, I thought it was just $185 because you said your fee is $185, right? Well, no, my fee for deposition is different, right? My fee for any in-person service is different. Oh, okay. Well, you didn't tell me that. You don't want to be the person who's like, well, you didn't ask. That, that's not what we want to, I guess that's just not how we want to present ourselves and our business. We want to be as transparent as possible. So if they've never asked you for a fee schedule, my recommendation is that you still send one. You still send it, whether it's an attachment via email, whether it goes out after you guys sign your contracts with each other, whatever that looks like. I would still do a fee schedule so they have it available. I have my fee schedule as a file document inside of every single portal. So I have it as a document I pull from. If I have a new attorney client, then I will upload that file so that it is there for them, the paralegal, their secretary, for everyone to reference. It's always right there, and it's very transparent. Even though we signed our contract and we have our letter of agreement that dictates fees of service, I like for it to just be really, it's clear, it's there, it's forward facing. And there's no questions, right? There's really no question at all. So guys, comment support below. We will drop in that link. We will send it directly to you. Everyone on my team will be able to share that with you. Again, use it, edit it, change it around. You know what I mean? If you want to change the calculations or the fee rates, if you want to change the colors, it's completely customizable. But at least it gives you a nice template, a jumping off point, so that you can compare it if you already have one to what you have. And if you don't have one, use it to structure your fees around it. And remember, so on mine, I just want you to realize, and maybe go back and rewatch this when you get your fee schedule, when you get our sample fee schedule to look at, that my location services is a flat fee. It's not per hour. And so that is a flat rate fee. It's valuable sometimes to do flat rate fees. If you like that style, I don't prefer to do flat rates for any type of report, because man, you just never know. You never know until you get into it. You really don't. I've had it every which way that it could come, where I think we've got, 14,000 pages of records, but it's a personal injury case, and I only need to review 2,000 of them. Way cheaper than anticipated. I've done workers' comp cases where we get 4,000 pages of records, think it's complete, and it's nowhere near complete. And we need an additional, and every time we add it on, it's 2,000 more, another 1,000, right? And then there's also times where in medical malpractice cases, even workers' comp cases, where a lot of the images, a lot of the reports, because people take them from their primary or from their hospital to their primary, right? From the cardiologist to the primary, from the neurologist to the primary, you start to see lots of replicated documents and duplicates. So those are easier to skim through without, necessarily spending time or charging per page. That's why I don't like to do per page either, because some of it is a lot of repeat. And again, I really feel like it's an element of, if I was on the other end of this and someone was doing business with me, how would I feel respected and honored? How would I feel like we had a valuable business relationship? And that's kind of how I set up my billing, to make sure that it is worth my time. I am valued, but then also that I'm doing right by the attorney to promote a long-lasting relationship that creates sustainability and predictability in your legal nursing business, which is more powerful than anything. You want sustainability and predictability. You want reoccurring clients. That's how you can build your revenue quickly and keep your revenue up, is when you have an attorney who's going to send you 1, 2, 5 cases every single month because they like doing business with you. Think about it, guys. Think about the environments we work in. When we hate the people we work with, it makes it really hard to want to do business. When you like the people you work with, when they make it easy for you, when you bring on that element of customer service as you serve the attorney, you're not just like, well, that's what it is, take it or leave it. Sorry, you commented 11 days later instead of 10. Like, what would you want someone to do for you? Right? If you're contracting another nurse, how do you want them to treat you? It goes back to that whole treat others the way you want to be treated concept. But this, guys, use it as a jumping point. Again, the fee schedule I think is super cool to have, especially when you're like, I want to see what this could look like. This is one element of marketing material. This is one thing I think you need. We have how I can help you letters. We have service letters. We have our guarantee. We have our list of services. We have a savings tool. It's something I created for those. So if you really do want to do great business and grow your legal nursing career into a sustainable 6-figure business, we have all those marketing templates available for you inside of our business Kickstarter program. That's the 16-week training and support that we give you to really help you get your business off the ground and get you getting your cases and clients. Making that investment back even within those 16 weeks. On average, our nurses are getting cases and clients in 10 weeks or less. So use this fee schedule as an educational tool. Use it as a template or as a doc. Comment the word support below. We will get a copy of that right over to you. Hope this was super helpful for you guys. I hope this was beneficial. Happy to see so many of you joining in and loving the feedback, things like that. For those of you who were involved with the storm and the hurricanes, I live in Florida. I live in the South. So for any of those of you who are involved, I hope that everyone is safe. I know that there's a lot going on, and my heart goes out. I want to reach out to all of you. We have a lot of distress going on in the state with homes and livelihoods feeling destroyed, even those devastated by our previous hurricane, Helene, up in North Carolina and in Tennessee and in South Carolina. I love the way we can continue to support each other in a network. So if you're going through something like that, my heart goes out. We're all praying for each other and banding together to really be supportive in our communities as well as inside of this network here. So just want to throw that out there as well. It's been on my mind a lot since we just went through yet another hurricane just last night, and some are devastated. We are okay. We are fine. But my heart goes out, and we're thinking about you guys. And another way, again, just let's be supportive of each other inside of this legal nursing community and really show our support, how we can help each other. If you are looking, I love this. If you are looking for this as a template, we're giving it away totally free. There's no commitment, no anything that comes with it. It's just a great template to have if you want to use it as a jumping off point. Comment the word support below. Like and subscribe to our channels, and we will see you here inside our channels for next Thursday's live interactive training. And stay tuned for more amazingness coming, more fresh faces, and more success stories as we share with you other nurses who are jumping in, creating a work from home, a work from anywhere lifestyle, and generating six figures on their own as a legal nurse consultant. We will see you here live next Thursday. Have a great, safe weekend, and I'll chat with you guys later.